Thanks for joining us. This is Sarah Michaels from Oxford Analytica. I'm in conversation today with our senior Europe analyst, Dr. Michael Taylor, who's going to be exploring the extraordinary political crisis in Greece, the implications for the euro area, and the implications for the EU as an institution. Now, the first question, Mike, is what is going on with Papandreou? Has he actually resigned at this point?
The last time I looked at the newswires, he was saying he wasn't resigning. But the expectation must be that it's just a matter of the next few hours or perhaps the next day or two. There is a vote of confidence in Parliament on Friday. He might want to go down to the wire on that one.
So assuming Papandreou leaves over the next day or two, who's going to be running Greece?
Well, it looks as if we've finally got the opposition to agree to forming a sort of national unity government, which several politicians have been calling for some time. But the condition would be that Papandreou stood down, that they set a date for early elections, and they ratified last week's bailout package.
Now, what is the time frame for those early elections? And although it's obviously early days, how do you think that campaign would shape up?
I think the elections will be quite soon. I think it may be end of December, early January, probably early January. And the election campaign could be interesting because up until now, there's been violent disagreement between the government and the opposition on how they should deal with Greece's financial and economic predicament, because the opposition has taken the view that austerity is just depressing the economy and they need to go more for growth. So you could have an election campaign in which actually quite different platforms are put forward.
And in some ways that does create political uncertainty, but on the other hand, this could be received positively by the leadership of the EU.
I think the EU likes the idea that the opposition and the government have some sort of common ground. They did that with the Irish election. They did, and they've got both sides now agreed that they'll accept the bailout. So that's quite an important thing. So from the short term, and the next tranche I think will now be paid, because that was the threat that brought Papandreou back to heel, because he completely freaked everybody out because having this second bailout was hammered out in the early hours of last Thursday, involving the banks to agree to a big haircut, more than they wanted. And then Papandreou comes along and says, well, actually, I think we need to get a popular mandate for this, so we're going to put it to a referendum. And the EU was absolutely furious with him for suggesting this, and he was given a good dressing down in Cannes yesterday. So not to say there isn't a problem with popular support for the austerity policy. It does lack support across Greece, but I don't think this is the way to do it.
But at least for now, it sounds like Greece has survived another week without a disorderly default. The next question for you is how worried are you about the risks of contagion, and where should investors be looking next?
Yes, I think Greece has got a way of keeping itself in the headlines, so who can say what might happen next week? But I think that the big problem is now Italy, in which people have kind of been expecting something bad to happen with Italy. And the government in Italy is now looking very, very weak, contradictory. On the pension plan, one of the coalition parties has put the spoke in that particular wheel, which again, the Italian government had gone to its EU partner and said, we've got a deal. Now it seems that they haven't. And that sort of uncertainty is again messing up the euro area's plans.
And as you've pointed out many times, Italy is actually much more important economically and institutionally than Greece.
Yes, Greece always was a minor player in this game, about 2% of EU GDP. Italy is much larger and will have a much greater effect, and would be much more difficult to rescue Italy than it would be to rescue Greece.
Well, it's quite a grim picture, but thank you very much, Mike, and thanks to all of you for watching. As attention shifts from Greece to Italy and beyond, we hope you'll be able to join us for a special open conference call on Friday, the 4th of November at 2 p.m. GMT. Thanks again for watching. We hope you can join us for the conference call. This is Sarah Michaels from Oxford Analytica.